Hey, for Scotch Test Dummies, we're filling in at my place.
I'm excited.
2018 George T. Stagg Buffalo Trace Antique Collection.
We're going to test it! Bruno's favorite bourbon style.
Best bourbon available. All right, George Stagg. This is by far my favorite bourbon. I've told several people.
And
Now
I've grown with it.
Now there are slight variances year to year.
Yes. 2015 was your favorite.
2015 has been my favorite. 2016, although it was a higher ABV, it was 72%. It didn't quite have the flavor that the 15 had. Last year's was lower at 64%. It was outstanding. This year's is 62%. It keeps dropping a little bit. Scotch God,
shout out.
Shout out.
Oh.
I've got him up here on the computer. Sorry about that. Simon Brooking.
Ooh,
now, this isn't a comment.
Yeah.
Usually our Scotch God shout out is somebody that's commented on a video. We're supplanting that.
Supplanting.
Is that a word?
It is.
We met Simon Brooking in Kansas City, and such a great host to us. Of course, he's ambassador for Beam Suntory, but he represents Lefroy
particularly, and
Bowmore, Auchentoshan.
Yeah, we're going to miss some.
Yeah.
So
anyway, though, he was such a gracious host, we said we'll send you one of our hoodies.
Yes, and I know this came out before Halloween, but if I ran into him in an alley, I would think he was going to kill me with that Lefroy Carchis bottle.
Do we want to show the picture, or do we want them to go to Instagram to find it and just kind of?
I think we got to show it.
He looks like Darth Maul's cousin.
Oh
actually.
yeah, Darth Maul's more fun cousin who likes whiskey. And
so we'll pop it up there real quick. You can find Simon Brooking on Instagram, but there's the picture. Yes. You're looking at him. He's cloaked in
he's cloaked.
Mystery.
I love that. Yeah, he's dark Jedi. He's a dark Pete Jedi. Look at that. That is good.
649.
Yeah. So the nose already. 648.
So this is the 2018 George T. Stagg, 62.45%. What I do with my phone? I was gonna look up. I do have. They put out. Go ahead.
You have the mash bill?
No, not the mash bill.
I got some rye notes. Of course, the oak is present. What else? Allspice. Maybe a little nutmeg.
I had the flyer for the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection as a whole.
Oh.
That shows, here it is. So this is 15 years and 4 months old.
Got it.
There were 37,111 bottles this year.
Interesting.
Almost 1,000 less than last year. So
that's
now the unicorn bottle is the Eagle Rare, which is an 18-year-old. And there's only 1,600 bottles of it compared to the 37,000 of this.
So by unicorn, you just mean the most rare.
Yes.
The one you'll probably not see in the wild.
Right.
And do they do that? Do they revolve that around every once in a while?
No, the Stagg, I think in 2015 and 16, there were like 14,000 bottles, I want to say.
So they doubled.
Well, last year they did also. There was 37,000, 38,000 last year of the Stagg. And so this year, again, just a little less. But
well, I know early on, maybe it was even 2015, we had the Eagle Rare and a couple different ones. And this was the best. I remember we did. Maybe it was just a sample.
I don't even remember having a sample of that.
I think we had 2 or 3 of them from there's.
Well, I had the Thomas H. Handy Sazerac.
Yeah, we had the Sazerac. I thought we had a sample of the Eagle Rare.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I have.
You're better on that than me. You could tell me we did, and I'd go, it was good.
Nice oak, rich caramels, cinnamons.
Yeah, cinnamon in there. I gotta sip it. It's making my mouth water.
A little bit lower on the ABV. I know I said it's 62.45% this year. Anything over 60 is good.
Yeah, full flavor.
Mm.
I have a little mouth smack there.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm gonna have to chop this into how I describe it. So in the finish, I'm getting little cola notes, brown sugar, those oak, the oak ribbon running through it, a buttered cream popcorn, beautiful finish. Yeah, the creamy, buttery flavors are what's hanging on and still lingering. Go ahead.
Root beer.
Mm.
In addition to everything that you said, there is a lot of oak, though. I'm almost surprised maybe the oak isn't turning you off. And it's sticking there. It hit my tongue and
Well,
saturated.
It's like a dry barn oak.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Just as soon as that first sip, as soon as I took it into my mouth, it just started coating everything, just saturated it, took over.
Nothing. I was going to hit my very first part of the note here, and now I lost my train of thought.
The rich caramels. The finish on this, because of the age, is so much longer than most bourbons. It just clings.
Yeah, I agree. Most bourbons kind of drop off a cliff for me, which is one reason I usually lean toward scotches, and in particular the peaty scotches, because the finish is so fantastic. But this is a long, long finish.
I wasn't going to do this. I didn't want to compare it. But I think this is a notch below last year's. I think last year's might have been a little bit better.
When did you open this bottle? I feel like it may need to open a little bit more. Though,
well, and I did pour, though,
I'm going to try a little water.
40 minutes ago. Of course, they've had a coin on them.
Right.
But I did pour them before when you were on your way over.
Had a chance to open. The only thing I would say, but I'm trying to remember, it does seem a little more oaked than the last two versions, but I can't say if I tried them point to point.
I wasn't going to do it, but I have to see. But it's still good.
I like the way you move.
There is a lot of oak.
I like the way you move when you put that glass down strong. Oh, that's almost sad. Not almost, it is, but you share. You share your whiskey.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more oak in this year's release compared to last year.
Let me cleanse a little bit. I still love this finish. It's fantastic.
I'm thinking there's a lot more of just caramels and cinnamons in last year's. Let's see.
Because I had, even in the finish, I get a very vanilla note, a vanilla bean.
Yeah. Last year's is 1 point higher in the grading scale. Not as much oak, more sweetness.
Yeah.
More probably vanilla caramel.
Yeah, it opens, even the open is more caramel rather than oak.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
I like it. I mean, it's still 15 years, 4 months old. Still a lot of flavor packed in here, more oak forward.
So, if you love the oak, definitely you're going to get more of that here. My only issue it would be, would it change a little bit?
How about some water? How about some water on that 62% dram? Oh, did you add some?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to
went in for the second one. More vanilla and caramels up front. Less oak on that. Oh, tonight's poison.
Oh, we hadn't talked about
Very
that.
Very nice.
Jay sent these over. Tonight's Poison. Find him on Instagram.
Yeah, it's a good looking glass.
At Tonight's Poison. Yep.
Look
one for you, one for me.
Love it. Twice the poison.
Although very similar, like I say, there can be slight differences. This year, I think there's a lot more oak in there. I like it. I still enjoy it. It's very good. Great mouthfeel. 1 point below last year's. If last year's was a 93, this is a 92. Right.
And don't you feel that this is maybe last year's is a point below 2015? That's how I remembered it.
Yeah.
I would say so. So, that's kind of a downward trend.
Woo.
Just saying.
Well,
I'm not saying that they're bad. They're good, but they're stepping down from that 2015.
Well, except for the 2016, The 2015 was really up here. The
Mhm.
2016 was a notch down.
Okay.
And then the 2017 came back, was above it. And
Fine.
this one I think still could be above the
Yeah,
20.
this is the 2017,
16.
right?
Yes.
2017.
Yeah, last year's 64%er.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good. Like I say, I would go 90. I'm actually 91 plus
thought
or
it should be
minus
higher than that.
92. Or
Right.
here, I should be here.
Yeah, I was going to say 90.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm not as big. The oak wasn't overpowering to me. It is very forward, but all those that long lingering aftertaste, immensely good. All those caramels, vanillas that are rolled around in there, solid bourbon. But I got to admit, I love my bourbons. I like them strong, cask strength, and different and unique. All right, looking at traveling.
Yes.
That's Rome, baby.
Warner Glass.
Oh my, wasn't that?
Let's see. In celebration of our 5 years, he's attaching 2 traveling dummy pictures in Rome, Italy.
Yes, that's the Colosseum.
One with the Colosseum and the Forum in the background.
Oh,
Actually, I got a little numb on the
yeah.
palate there.
You betcha.
All that alcohol.
Oh yeah.
And the other in the Piazza di Venezia.
Let me see the Piazza.
Piazza di Venezia.
I don't know what they did there. Was that like their forum or something? I don't know. I mean, I know what they did in the Colosseum.
Both pictures feature cask 4, coin 258.
Beautiful.
Yep. And then he also just sent one in follow up to that where he's at the airport in Costa Rica, getting ready to fly out, and there's a big red-eye tree frog sculpture. Not an actual red-eye tree
If
frog.
it was that big, we'd be dinner. I'd be like, get the flamethrower. Get it.
He's at the San Jose International Airport in Costa Rica. He's a world traveler.
I love it.
Warner.
And we
One
are
glass man.
traveling with him virtually.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
All right.
Wow.
I think we said 649.
We did. We got them out because I got the 8. That is good. I'm glad they're putting out. I mean, I know that's still a limited amount, but 37,000 bottles is good. The more people I can get a hold of it, the better.
To me, the age of it, the richness, the thickness, the way it saturates your palate, it's hard to beat.
It is. How many years?
15 year, 4 month.
See, and that's, it's good. It's 15 year, 4 month. That's how you said it?
Yeah.
15
I'm
year,
numb.
4. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're like 15, 4 month. Like, what? You been to the dentist?
Numbness going on.
You just go to the dentist or something? What are you doing? Wow. All right.
Thanks to tonight's poison for the Glencairns.
Boom. Thank you. Scotch it. You Scotch gods.
Sláinte. Dummies.